financing, the rate of interest that he ends up financing is 1.8, because that's how much interest expense he's paid over that 15-year term. So if you take 15 years and multiply it by 1.8, and that comes out to 20,000 interest expense, that comes out to a 1.8 interest rate. So he's not locking in at 1 point. There's no such thing as a 1.8 15-year fix. Like you're locked in on that. But the amount of interest that he's spending is the 1.8. So that's you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he has to stay on the plan
in order to
realize that.
Yeah.
If he deviates from the plan, he's going to be on 4.5.
Okay.
So, but if he does that and he's disciplined with it and he sets on an auto draft or whatever, then that can really happen.
Okay.
So, but don't tell the customer we're locking him in at 1.8.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Not to mention the interest savings on whatever the interest rate is on those credit cards that which
Yes.
is probably 20+%, and
Yeah,
let's assume
absolutely.
the car payment was 6.5% or whatever, and now you've bundled it all at 4.5.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, but by paying it off faster, you're cutting.
Are
in
you
half
guys
or
getting a
even
decent
better.
amount of
Yeah.
refi inquiry?
Yeah.
I got
A
one.
little bit.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
like maybe 2, 3.
Okay, because, I mean, this should be I had no problem selling this.
Yeah, these are actually easy to sell.
These should be
Yeah.
no problem to sell this right here. This is not like a purchase where there's a contract and a realtor. This should be fairly, fairly
Okay.
easy to sell these.
So after, him agreeing to the refi with us, what are the next steps? Like, what do we
Close
need?
it, move forward to sale. I mean, get the
Okay.
docs in. You're gonna get
Okay.
you're gonna get the
Docs
same docs
in.
in like you normally do, but
Yeah.
you're gonna get his mortgage statement and a survey.
Okay.
You know,
You
and.
just send out disclosures, right?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, there's
It's
a much shorter.
Yeah, so.
Cause there's no purchase agreement, there's no realtors involved, I
Yeah.
mean, this, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
What about closing costs? Obviously,
Those
you
all
can
roll
roll
into
in.
the loan.
Is there, wasn't there a 3% closing?
That's in
cost cap?
Texas,
That's
yeah.
only in Texas.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to do too many Texas, cash outs because of the 3% rule. Yeah, FHA, that's why I was telling you earlier, we really do the FHA
I
loans
don't know how big it is.
all around the other part of the country, because we don't wanna mess with, Texas cash outs are tricky, man. And they have to be bigger loan amounts to even make them work. But you see how he got off the rate with this guy? You don't avoid the rate. See, when you told me that made me
We
mad.
got a CD.
But I want you to understand that. Don't say let's not talk about the rate. Don't say that to the customer.
Yeah.
That's good, because you're avoiding
just
what the
got it.
customer, it's not, remember, what is the first thing you learn about selling from, always acknowledge, always agree, right? You have to acknowledge the fact and that, he has an issue with the rate. But you're explaining to him that, hey man, get off of that. It doesn't even make any sense what you're talking about. See, people don't know, all they see is online is bank rate 3.25. So you understand what I'm saying? You have to get off of this if you're gonna be closing these deals, And so the opportunities are gonna come to you, right? It's all in how you, that's what Jordan was saying today. The people that see problems, they can't find the opportunity, but all they can see is the problem. You have to see the opportunity and know how to pitch it,
And what I found even incredible about the pitch is when he threw all the benefits at you and he came back with your interest rate, you really didn't even care.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
matter.
and it's not because we're just acting out here. That actually, most of the time, that's what happens. You're gonna get some people that are just, whatever. They're, some people, and some people are just, I want the 3.25 or whatever. So, but I'd say probably 90% of the time, it makes logical sense for them to do it. So.
You don't make your interest rate every month, you make your monthly payment. So if you can impact the monthly payment.
Okay. Scott, you wanna go up there real quick now? Okay. So.
I don't think I'm gonna do it the same way Joe did it.
Well, but you can get there, right? Listen, everybody can
I'm
do
just
it.
gonna do it different than Joe did it.
Well, do it how you do it. You do it however you wanna do it. But as long as it's closable and has a high conversion, that's how we were taught how to close refinances, just like that. So,
This is good if we practice this a lot, like really get it down and just
that's what
slam it out there. I mean, if we did like these presentations, you hear ideas from other people. the way
I
they're
really
speaking.
like the way it completely is just like, wow. I like that a lot.
Alright, so Angelo, right now, you have a house that is valued at $200,000 and you only owe $100,000, correct?
That's right.
Okay, and what you're telling me is that you are struggling month to month because you've got a lot of bills, in addition to your house payment, which you haven't even told me what that is yet, okay? You're also dealing with a $400 a month credit card bill, and also a $500 a month car note, correct? So that right there is $900. Now, what do you need whenever you have a lot of bills? It would be really great to have a piggy bank. And luckily for you, you have a piggy bank in your house because you have $100,000 of equity in your home. That's cash. And so because you have bills to pay, and luckily for you, you have a piggy bank of $100,000, we can take a portion of this, let's say $70,000 of it, and we can use that $70,000 to pay off the $20,000 that you owe on your car and the $14,000 that you owe on your credit card, and still have $26,000 left over. And at the end of the day, by doing this, your mortgage payment is going to be roughly $900 a month, which is what you're already paying just on your credit card and your car note alone. But you're gonna have money left over to do the things that you wanna do, like that outdoor kitchen that you were talking about, the trip to Maine that you mentioned earlier, all these other kind of things. And the beautiful thing is you already have the money in hand.
What do you mean?
You have equity, you've got a piggy bank,
Right.
your house.
Okay. So you're saying that how much is my new payment gonna be?
Your new payment, so if we take 85% equity of your home, we do $170,000 mortgage, I believe it is, I didn't run 170. So $170,000 loan amount, 30-year term, 4% interest. It's going to be wrong.
Now, when you come in to make the presentation, you need to have these numbers already. Don't be jogging around for this when you make the presentation though, okay?
Yeah.
See, you don't wanna leave all this blank time right now, it's not good for the customer.
$811.
So 811, okay.
Right now, you're paying more than that just in your car and your credit card alone.
Yeah, and my mortgage, by the way, is 800. Yeah, you asked me earlier what my mortgage payment was, that's 800.
Okay. So you're paying $1,700 a month. We can get all those bills consolidated and bring it down to $811 a month.
Okay.
And you're also gonna have the interest savings, because the interest rate that you're paying on your credit card is probably more than 20%. Your interest rate on your car, you told me earlier, was 6.5%.
Right.
This is at 4%. So you are saving money monthly, and you're saving money in the long run by paying lower interest rates.
Right. Right.
And we're putting cash in your pocket.
Does that come with the cash out for the outdoor kitchen?
Absolutely.
Okay, and then what about the closing costs? Well, how much am I gonna have to put down?
You don't have to put anything down, it's already rolled in.
Oh, do I have any out-of-pocket expenses?
Only your appraisal.
Okay, okay, and are my taxes and insurance included?
Whatever your taxes and insurance, yes. Well, we're gonna have to add those in, whatever you're paying now.
Oh, so that 811 doesn't include the taxes and
This
insurance?
is just your payment and interest.
Okay,
So,
okay, yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty good. You know, what do we do next? I mean, what's the next step here? I mean, where do we go from here?
I need to collect some information from you and get your mortgage statement and a few other documents, and we can get going on this. Refinances are pretty quick to do once we get the documents in.
Okay,
So,
okay, all right, cool. All right, so I like how you did it. You know,
we're following up with Joe's one.
yeah. Well, no, but it's not about. Listen, we were all taught the same way like that.
Right.
So I want you to get more imagination and descriptive as far as like. See, you did good as far as your embellishing on what I'm going to do with the money.
Sure.
But you need to go bigger into like talk about the retirement. And how it can pay off the mortgage faster.
Sure.
And the effective interest rate, and get very, descriptive on the benefits, and you're thinking outside and breathing life into what the possibilities are, what I can do with this money. And it looks more like a huge financial plan versus, hey, you can just take this cash out, pay this stuff off, and get a lower payment. That's good, and you'll probably get loans in like that just by showing that, but it's not like a total solution. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like you want to hit this guy with like all the cannons, right? And the certain parts of the close, and so, talking about the retirement, paying off the mortgage, the lower interest rate, how much money he's gonna save. I mean, you make it so irresistible that, I mean, he's gonna have to just do it. I mean, there's no, you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so, you did talk about the savings, and your tone for the most part was okay. You sound like an honest guy on the phone. I had no reason to suspect that you were, you know, sleazy or that you were distrusting. I think maybe, because you're new at doing it, you seemed a little nervous, maybe. But that's just gonna be more repetition doing it, you know. And so, and having more confidence, I would recommend rehearsing this a lot, so that way when you give the pitch, you know, you're very confident.
Right, that's
You
the
know.
first time I've ever given one, so.
Huh?
It's the first time I've ever done it.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah, no, you know, yeah, of course, so, no, I mean, of course, everyone the first time is gonna be doing it, so, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think that you did fairly well, I think that it can be a lot better.
Sure.
By doing a total financial solution, a total package.
Sure.
You know, that he's just blown away by the offer. I mean, now you've gone from loan officer to freaking financial advisor,
Right.
you know? And that's what I think that's what's gonna win him over. You know, and so, cause you know, you're going into all these areas now, retirement, house, freeing up the mortgage, all these different things, you know, and just, you're a strategist.
Right.
And I think if you do that, you're gonna get the guy, you know, so, does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, Sean, you ready?
Yeah, I didn't get it until like 30 minutes ago.
Okay, well, just try to do it, man, come on, you'll be fine.
I don't have anything.
You don't need anything, you just need your mouth, man, and
Okay.
the paperwork, so, come on, get up here, man.
We'll help you along.
Yeah.
Okay. Raise everything to
You
that.
said it's $298? $299, okay, cool.
Hi, Mr. Christian, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm getting a little tired, man, I've been working all day and,
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a teacher at, the middle school over here, so.
What grade?
Fifth grade.
Okay, my daughter's in the 6th grade.
Okay, cool.
What subject do you teach, sir?
Math.
Awesome.
Great.
That'll work.
Okay, so I see we have your value is 200K and
Okay, for sure, we'll talk here
have
real
you
soon.
owing 100K and
Okay, man.
car payment is. Just write the thing down, sir. All right, sir. And sir, real quick, what's your monthly payment for your mortgage, sir?
It's $800 a month.
$800 a month. All right, and let's see, out your credit card payments, got $400 a month. So your total is $1,900 a month, correct? Just paying everything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take down your payments from $1,900 to $900 a month. I'm gonna show you how, okay?
Okay.
Right. Okay, all right, I'm not one prepared, so,
Go ahead.
okay. Sorry. All right, can I try this again? I'm just, I wasn't prepared, it's,
What do you need to be prepared for?
cause I didn't.
So when you open your door for business, are you gonna be prepared for the customer? They come all the time,
Yeah.
so, right?
Yes, sir.
What are you gonna do? They're gonna call right now and you gotta be on the phone and be ready for them. So part of the reason I want to do this to you on purpose,
Okay.
because, you know, there's never a good time to be ready. You always have to be ready, right? Someone could come in right now and apply for a loan. You have to turn on a dime, you know? And so I want you to keep going.